Hi guys, Shuja's here again. So I'm back with another crazy deck idea I brewed up. This time we're with black green elves. Last time we were with mono blue. So what this deck is planning to do with elves, always they want to swarm the board. And what I wanted to do is I wanted a deck that kind of synergized itself, So like the werewolves, like the zombies, and like the spirits, they have their own support, but they might be overlooked just because I don't think elves have too much support. But I wanted to try to throw together something that would be really interesting. So let's get right into it. So at turn 1, we have the Sentinel. If you have another creature, it becomes a mana dork, and we have a 1-drop Death Touch. We all know what Death Touch is. It's always that annoying poke for one that just gets out of control and you pretty much can't stop it. In the 2-drop slot, we have the Elder Flame Disciple. Now, what this card does is I feel in this format, going after the hand is very, very powerful. It is in most formats, but I feel like this standard is very vulnerable to just getting cards taken out of their hand, whether they're foretelling, you're taking away lands or creatures, whatever have you. I feel like just going after the hand is very, very powerful. Next up, we have the Skemfar Avenger. The Skemfar Avenger is pretty much like our draw engine, but not really. Only if our creatures die. A non-token elf or berserker, in this case we're just focusing on elves, dies, we basically draw a card and pay 1 life. This card is good, but could be better, And then of course we have the premier 2-drop, if you will. We have the Elvish War Master. Whenever an elf enters the battlefield under my control, he's going to create a 1/1 elf warrior token. It only triggers once a turn, so that means it can trigger on my opponent's turn and my turn, which is very good. Now, the very relevant text at the very bottom of the card, which some people might overlook. I know I did at first, but that 5 green becomes very relevant when you have enough mana to activate that. Just all elves that I control get 2/2 and they gain Death Touch. That becomes a problem late game when you're swarming the board and it's like you have 15 creatures, I have 15 creatures, but that +2 fluent Death Touch can like end the game in a second. So this card is very, very powerful in its own right. Now next up we have the Elderfang Ritualist. This card brings me back an elf card back from my graveyard back to the hand once it dies. Is that the most powerful card? No, but just based upon what the deck does and what it can possibly bring back, this card is very good. That's why I chose 2 copies. Now, we have the star of the deck, or one of the stars of the deck, if you will. Harold, the King of Skemfar. This guy is just a problem as far as the elf deck is concerned. This guy can grab anything in this deck outside of a land. So, elf, warrior, or Tavar card, and just put it into your hand. The rest in the bottom of the library. This guy is the lifeblood of the deck. He's pretty much, I look at the top 5, anything that's there, I can basically go ahead and get a weapon. He's like a toolbox. Anything I need for the situation, Tarot can go get it for me, right? Now, moving on, we have a card that's kind of near and dear to my heart. So if you guys don't know, I'm in love with the Mono Black Devotion deck that was running rampant a couple of years ago. So Grey Merchant of Asphodel is probably one of the closest cards to my heart. Now, the Skemfar Shadow Sage isn't exactly the Grey Merchant, but if you know what the Merchant does, you know this card's effect is very similar. It's pretty much the either-or ability of the Merchant. So, each opponent loses X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. Everything in this deck is an elf. So when this guy hits the board, or when this old lady with a big butt, a 5 butt hits the board, you're probably going to be losing at least 5 to 6 life, depending on the situation or depending what turn it is. And then, of course, if I'm in a bind, I can gain the same amount of life. This card is very good. It can act as a fireball or a lifesaver. More than likely in this deck, you're going to be using it as a fireball, all right? Next up, we have the Canopy Tactician. Now, every single elf deck needs another elf that pumps the board. That's that one elf who wants to go out of the way and it's like, hey guys, I'm going to rally the masses. This is the Canopy Tactician. Unfortunately, due to constraints, I don't have 4 copies because of the rares. But for decks like just me, I'm always building decks, so that's to be expected. I'm building cards over here. But this card is very good. It generates mana and it gives my creatures +1/+1. Very effective card, but 4-drop, it might hit the board a bit too late depending on the circumstances. And then of course, one of the other stars of this deck is Tavar Kell. All elves I control get swamped. can generate black mana, and just that +1 ability, just +1/+1 counter and death touch, and you untap it. Very powerful, especially if you're on the offensive. Very powerful if you're trying to just swing through something. That death touch is very relevant. The 0 ability, create an elf, triggers very well with the War Master, and then of course the emblem. Need I explain more? Whenever I cast, now remember, it doesn't say enter the battlefield, it says cast. So whenever it leaves my hand and I pay for it, I've cast it, I've met the conditions, and I will draw 2 cards. And then elves get haste until the end of the turn. So if it makes it to the battlefield, it's going to have haste and I'm drawing 2 cards. More than likely, if I get this emblem, depending on how the circumstances work out, the game could be ending very, very, very quickly. And then of course, I guess the last star of the deck, this is Herald Unites the Elf. This card is bonkers for the fact that I mill 3 cards, and if there's an Elf or Tavar card, so this means I can get Tavar himself, or I can get Herald. I can get anything in this deck back with this card on the part 1 of the saga. Part 2, all my elves get a +1/+1 counter. We've already discovered, or we've already discussed the fact that if you have an elf, or this is what the elves deck does, it swarms the board. So if you have 5 to 6 elves on board and they all get a +1 counter, this is something that becomes a bit of a problem. And then the part 3 of the saga, this thing can wipe the board if there's enough elves. Dragons can die, big creature, any creature with big butt, it's pretty much, depending if you have enough elves, this part 3 can end the game. That's all I'm saying. Part 3 can end the game. And as far as my mana, I know my mana isn't the best. I'd prefer to have 4 Hive of the Eye Tyrants, but I have 2. And the same thing with the Lair of the Hydra. I'd prefer to have 4 and go 4/4, have 8 man lands, and I'd probably just cut the Necroblossom Snarls out, because you know how I feel about tap lands. But regardless of which, that's pretty much my main 60. And then my sideboard, as always, my sideboard is sus because I'm always rushing to build decks. So we have 3 copies to Duress for control matchups. Turn the Earth, I don't know, don't ask me. Pithing Needle, these are for Planeswalkers, these are for the Chariots, because activated abilities, anything you have to hover your mouse on and actually activate. And Planeswalkers, #1 suspects for this, and the Chariot is also another one, okay? As I mentioned in my previous videos, artifact and enchantments, these things need to go. So Return to Nature, this is a guaranteed staple. The 3rd copy of the Elder Fang Ritualist, depending on what we go against, aggro matchups. And why destroy when you can exile? Baleful Mastery, very good card. And Crippling Fear, if you're not an elf, you're getting the board wiped, ideally. So just against other zombies, werewolves, or other tribal decks, more than likely, very good. But that's pretty much it. So for the deck tech, and I'll let you guys get straight into the matchup. So here we go. And I will leave a disclaimer. This deck is really good in best of 1, meaning basic standard arena. Traditional, if we take game 1, if we play first, we're more than likely going to take game 1. But when it comes down to actually playing best out of 2 out of 3, if we don't go first, I feel like this deck is like 50-50 shot in best 2 out of 3, or best of 3. But 1 of 1, this deck just wrecks. So let's get right into it. Here we go with match 1. T-Power 47. Prepare to be elved. This hand is sus, but we do have the War Master and we're on the draw, so we could possibly draw into a black source. This is game 1. I'm confident that we can, pull a rabbit out of our head, or an elf. Okay, so as it looks right now, we only have a turn 2 and turn 3 play as long as we keep drawing our green mana. Until we see black, we're pretty much up the creek, if you will, So here we go, we're going to run the War Master out. It's probably going to die. So here, I think they're going to do expressive iteration. There we go, we're psychic, right? And if they're lucky, they're probably going to get either, was this Grixis? I think this is Grixis, actually. I thought this was just blue-red, so this is Grixis. So what I think is going to happen, if they play that on the black side, we know that a 1-drop removal spell might be coming. So they played it on blue, so I think we're safe for the moment. I spoke too soon. Okay, so as we said before, we're pretty much on the mono green aspect, and we'll just let them think we're mono green. Unless of course they have a duress in their hand, which it's not gonna hit anything, but at the moment we are in danger, because once this thing flips, it's gonna be wiping our elves. So as I mentioned, if we don't pull an elf out of our head, we're gonna be in trouble. And again, one thing about Magic you always got to learn, or just what I just do, I get impulsive. I like playing my brood decks, if you know what I mean, right? So one thing you have to learn when you're playing Magic is it might not necessarily be the deck's fault, or the 60 cards or the 75 plus your sideboard. It might not be the 75 cards fault. It might just be a pilot error, which again, that's very hard to control because some people like to play aggressive, some people are hopeful. But at the end of the day, there are just some hands you know you're not supposed to keep and you're supposed to mulligan, but you're like, nah, it'll be all right. There we go. Like in this particular instance, I think it's too little too late at this point in time, but we'll find out. So Harold gets Harold, and we'll play. Oh, we did that backwards, so we're not going to do that because there might be a Cinderclasm coming, and we have 5 mana. So let's see if Harold survives. If Harold survives, I'll go War Master into possibly. If we draw a land, I'll go into War Master into Skemfar Ritualist. I said Skemfar Ritual. I can't English. Too much coffee. Long day of work, guys. But as I said, that dragon is no good because if they cast a spell, we're in trouble. But we know that already, just from the simple fact that we mulliganed. We didn't mulligan. Okay, here we go. Harold unites the elves. Let's play this. Let's see if they have anything for us. They already foretold Auron's Epiphany, or just saw it coming. That is a very good card. Let's go Canopy Tactician. I would say Harold, not Harold. I'd say Tavar, but that dragon, if they cast a sorcery, we're pretty much up the creek. So let's just do this. We'll see if we can get into 4. But I doubt it just because they got fire removal in their hands. So I'd be shocked if they actually took this here. See, told you, Cinderclasm. That's a really good card. And I usually call it because again, once you figure out what the standard metagame is, you can pretty much call cards with, like, you know they're coming. So right here we're gonna scoop it up and we'll just go to game 2. Okay. Let's get rid of Tavar. Because I don't think Planeswalkers are really going to help us in this matchup. They may, but I'd rather just snatch something out of their hand at a lower cost. I'd like to lower the curve, if you will, you know? But let's just see what happens. But again, I'm going to take this a bit more seriously because it's the first. I shouldn't really be doing videos if I didn't warm up, right? But that's neither here or there, guys. But I will mulligan this hand if I need to. I'm going to play seriously now. There's no point in making a video if I'm not really trying to show off what the deck does, right? Play first. We're going to mulligan. This is a keepable hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the Elder Fang Ritualist back just because we have Harold to go look for something. So here we go. And we're going to start with 1. And we're going to send this guy out. And the reason why we're going to send this out is because on the next turn, we're going to untap. And, well, we're going to untap, right? I'll show you. We'll untap. We'll play the Hive. We'll play the Tyrant. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. And since we already know we want to get rid of their hand, let's just go ahead and do that, right? And we know we might be walking into a Cinderclasm, which is really unfortunate, but we got to get to the board, you know? Or we can, let's just do 1 damage. Let's hold off. Let's just hold off on that because we might need this for the War Master if it pops up. So if a Cinderclasm comes, we know we really can't help it, you know? Excellent. Let's attack. And instead of playing Harold, I'm going to run the Skemfar Avenger out and see if we can draw out that Cinderclasm. This way we can net some cards off this, you know? Or they might Cinderclasm right now if they have it, or they might counter. Who knows what they have. Or they just might let it come into play and they'll kill it themselves to prevent me from drawing. Auto pay. That was interesting. That was very interesting. Maybe they don't want me to just like to play a second elf out or a third elf. Who knows? We're going to proceed to combat. We are going to attack. Power word kill. Very good card. Poke, poke. Let us play Harold. Hopefully we can draw into something of substance. That's not quite it. And we'll end our turn. Now I'm curious whether they actually have a Cinderclasm or they just have a bunch of individual kill spells. So I'm very curious as to what they have at this moment. And a part of me wants to kind of animate this and just attack over, but that might be just a bit ambitious, but you know, we gotta play to win, right? Let's see if we can draw something out here. There it is. Attack. I have no idea what I'm let's remove the Cinderclasm just because. Deck 3, go. And we are in a bind right now because we basically ran out of gas. We would need. Sheesh. We would need some type of gas. Power word kill. So we can only cast the spell side. You can't cast the land side. So let's bring this out. And we're gonna go ahead and go attack. We'll remove this because we don't want to deal with the power word kill. We'll play that elf out to, you know, stone block stuff. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing too crazy. If they have a dragon, this game's coming to a close. That's All-Around's Epiphany, and that's never a good sign. Okay. I definitely want to get this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this. And if that's All-Around's Epiphany, we need to get some lands out of their hand. We need something. We need to do something, you know? So let's figure out what they drop. That's another one. In order to run this out, because if they do kill my things, I do want to try to draw like 2 cards, you know? Attack. There we go. We might end up losing this game 2-0, which again, pilot error, I should have mulliganed more efficiently. That was interesting. What you got? Goldspan Dragon, we're in trouble. Yikes. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been. No blocks, because we're racing. This is unfortunate. Let's get in with the hive. No, that's not going to be really good either. We need to get this guy dead, because one thing I'm trying to do is, remember the fireball, the Gray Merchant Fireball, the Skemfar Shadow Sage. We can be playing for the Skemfar Shadow Sage. Now, what's the problem with that? We might be walking into another burn down the house, which can very well be coming, because this guy can bring it back from the grave. So what we'll do is we will, you know, we can't get over this guy. He has a big butt. He's a 4 butt. We can send this guy over, but if they double block, they'll ping something, or they'll ping this guy. We don't really want this trading with that, and then the Skemfar Avenger getting pinged. So what we'll do is we'll just sit back for now, and hopefully pray they don't have another All-Around's Epiphany, you know? So we'll just end the turn right here, and we'll see if we can play into the Shadow Sage, and if we do, we'll play it, we'll wait a turn, then we'll come over with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Hopefully we can end the game that way. Or that can happen. They're looking for All-Around's Epiphany or another land. Or both. Land and All-Around's Epiphany. because they can play this and then they'll play it back from the grave, so they have a lot of gas. This is very unfortunate state that we're in right now. I'm curious. I thought they would have burned down the house again, but I guess not. Curious, very curious. They're looking for a burn spell. I have no idea what they're looking for. Because I was expecting another burn down the house, make some more devils, and just keep smacking over and trying to gradually get away with the game. There we go. Interesting it is. We are at their mercy and their graveyard. Let us find out what's gonna happen. I need like I need something good to come off the top right now. That's not particularly what we're looking for, but let's go ahead and do this. And we're gonna go ahead and attack because we can't just keep allowing stuff in the graveyard to keep coming back. So I want to get rid of the Prismari command, but we might as well just take what we can get. Let's take the burn down the house. And there goes our man land and one of our creatures. As I mentioned, this does not look good in the slightest. But the game's over when the game's over, right? That's not good. Okay, so we're in trouble, and I think we're going to be losing this one. So this is my fault. We dropped game one, match one. Well, we lost match one point blank. It's 2, 4. That's 7. I'm on a 2-turn clock. Yep. There's a land. Good game. You got it, T-Power. Congrats, man. All right. Hopefully we will have better luck in match number 2. I mean, it's acceptable. We have a turn 2, turn 3, and we're on the draw, so hopefully we can do something, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead with the Lair of the Hydra, and then I'm going to end my turn. And then, of course, I'm going to go Darkboard Pathway into the Skemfar Avenger. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. We're going to be in trouble. This is going to be a swarm matchup. This is going to be a swarm matchup. Either they're going to play that Cleric who gives +1/+1 counters, or I didn't see the Brutal Cathar coming. I did not see that coming. Ouch. All right, Harold, you're up. Get us some good stuff, Harold. Let's take the bomb while we have the bomb. And if Harold dies, we'll unite the elves, or we'll hopefully look for something different off the top, you know? Is he gonna let it go to daytime or nighttime? That'd be really unfortunate. Unless they have another one. If they have another one, it's gonna be difficult. Curious why they're looking at my land. Do they have land destruction? I don't think I've played a Naya land destruction deck, but I do know green-red does have a land destruction card. But I get to go search for more basic lands if they do it. Sigurda, we are on the back foot. Okay, that's doable. We're not dead yet, you know, we're not dead. We aren't dead yet. Let's do this. And let's bring out Harold yet again. Harold will get the Canopy Tactician. If they were looking to destroy one of my, if they're looking to destroy the Darkboard pathway, they have it right there. How low? Jeez. Good card. Very good card. Oh boy. We're in danger. Human. Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. I'm fine with that. Sigurda, we take it. We go to 13. Let's play this. And we're going to send Harold over to attack. This is going to be very, this is going to be a really hard fought match. Okay, this is bad. Okay, Sigurda has trample, and we're gonna block Paolo here. Throw a card. This is not good at all. Let's try this. Let's do this. Yeah, I think, yeah. Attack. So what I was thinking was if I grab the Jess Pura Sentinel back, I'd be safe if I block Paolo, right? But that still doesn't take away from the fact that there's this coming over. So this is potentially 4 damage right here. Or that can be 6 damage or 5 damage, 5 and 6, and they just swing over. This isn't a good scenario at all. We're really on the back foot. And this is exact season game. So perhaps the proper play was to take the Jaspira Sentinel. But this is not a very good or ideal situation at the moment. So let's just make a dude. Let's just see what happens, because they're gonna just smash over. So I think they got this one. And we'll just go to game number 2. As I mentioned before, this deck in best of 3, this deck gets trounced. But it's fun. I love playing it regardless of which. They got the Heralds. Let's put in 1, 2. And let's put in a Baleful Mastery. And we'll say done. And it's a good thing we have like 20 plus days until you actually do have to start ranking up seriously. Otherwise, I'd be really upset that I keep losing. But this is really good just to get the test out, you know? So what we're going to do here, we're going to leave the Necro Blossom, we'll flash the Forest, and we'll play the Jaspira Sentinel out. Then turn 2, what I'm going to do is, depending on what I draw next, I'm going to leave with the War Master, or I just might just throw the Skimfar Avenger out just for damage, you know? But the proper play, oh good lord. This is going to be really awkward. This is going to be really, really awkward. Let's play this out. Let's run the War Master out. Let's see what happens. Oh, baby. Okay, that's not half bad. But I suspect either the Brutal Cathar is coming out, or the Skyclave Spirit, the one that snatches a non-land permanent converter mana cost 4 or less, that might be coming out. So we are, again, as I mentioned, we are severely disadvantaged at the moment. Begin an attack. And again, here's what we have to do, what our deck does. Cathar, there it is. So our deck is supposed to do basically swarm the board and attack. we can't deviate from that strategy just because we suspect they have something, because at that point in time, we're not really playing Magic. We're just simply trying to be reactive rather than proactive and just do what our deck does, you know? And that's a mistake that a lot of people tend to make, is trying to just play reactive to a deck when you know your deck doesn't really have an answer for that. So that's just something that you just have to deal with, you know? Then the cards. So if we give them a land, so we have two options here. So we can play this on this flaunt side. We can get this guy, get our elf back, or we can play this tapped and we can Baleful Mastery and just snatch that, or we can get rid of Catilda, because Catilda was what's turning the mana on right now. So a part of me saying just exile Catilda and the Brutal Cathar do what it got to do, you know? So I'm going to play this and I'm going to go attack. Attack. I feel like I should take Catilda just so we can stop them from generating mana. But at the same time, I feel as if, you know, I kind of want my elf back, but if they have another Brutal Cathar or a core, a Skyclave Spirit, I feel like that's going to be an issue. So my question to you is, if you were in my position, what would you do here? So what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to exile Catilda and hopefully say they don't draw anything, you know? That might not be the right play. It seems like it was the right play. There we go. We got lucky. We took a gamble and we won, you know? So that's really, really good. This is why I love Magic so much. It's like, what is the proper strategy? Like a pathway. Which side will you decide on? Like, will you try the good path, the okay path, or the I don't know path? And we chose the 50-50 and it paid off. We're in game 3 now, right? I like this. Let's keep this. We have 2 turn 1 plays and we have Crippling Fear. We couldn't have asked for a better hand. Show the swamp. And you know what? I think they're gonna try to do the portable hole or whatever they just did to our guy last time. Let's leave the Death Toucher. Let's see what happens when we leave with Death Touch this time. Okay, Catilda's here again. That's not good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go attack. Attack. You're not about that life. Discard a card from your hand, please. Okay, they're dropping mana, which tells us they have at least 1 or 2 more mana in their hand. And there's Paolo. He's going to get rid of the Crippling Fear. We get to keep our elves this time. So the Crippling Fear is going to go bye-bye, and we're going to keep our elves so we can swarm the board. Yep, perfect. Catilda, yeah. I was like, oh, you wanted to, like, you're about that life. I like that. Spicy, right? Spicy. Attack. Get in there. Attack for 2. Boop, boop. Now, the reason why I'm a bit concerned is I don't know what they're going to play. There's the Cathar. He's probably going to take the Sentinel. Yep, take the Sentinel so Paolo can swing over for 3. Swing over for 4. Correction. Catilda gets aggressive. So what can we do here? So this Baleful Mastery, I do kind of want to keep it up. But at the same time, we'll figure it out. I just want to get on board because this Elves is basically all about advancing the board with Elves. So what I have to do is, you know, stick to my strategy, especially since I'm on the back foot right now. So let's just play the Sentinel out. Now there, I could have played the Skemfar Avenger, but I don't think they really have too many board wipes. It's more of like secular or singular removal spells. There you go, Portable Hole, another one. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to probably untap. Yikes. Okay, that threw my strategy off. I was not expecting that. Perhaps this is the time where we should have just snatched Catilda's soul with the Baleful Mastery. So, we are now in a very awkward position. A very awkward position. So, let us just attack over with this guy. And now we're being threatened with 11 damage in the air. So we have basically a 2 turn clock. Assuming we don't draw anything at the moment. Skemfar Avenger is really not going to help us out here. The Baleful Mastery is like going to help a little bit. So I think that's what we're going to do, but this guy's going to flip. So let's just say here, you can take a card and give me my elf back, please. And we say go. And we pray. Oh my goodness. We're just getting beat upside the head. So now we're officially 0-2 with the elf deck. So it's fine. Maybe you guys can figure out a way to make it better. Please let me know. As always, I'm always open for suggestions, but I think we have to put our hand over our deck, you know? We got beat up nice and clean. All right, on to match 3. Play first. We got a turn 1 and turn 2. Okay, we'll keep this. Let's see if we can do something. Hopefully we don't get beat up or swarmed or like our board's blown up. Hopefully. All right, here we go. Let's lead with this. Submit. Play this guy. Okay, that's interesting. Let's run this Necro Blossom out again. We'll play this. What we'll do is we'll attack in for 1. Here we go. Boop. We're going to make them discard a card because we want to see what they're playing. We want to get an idea of what we're going against to see how far I can go, you know? Okay, so black-blue control. They're foretelling. Okay, so that's good. Let's attack in. Ooh, we can do Tavar. No, let's go for Harold. Let's get on board. I don't think a Meat Hooks is coming in the near future. So let's just get on the board while we can. And we can Tavar next turn. Unless this is a Behold the Multiverse. I think they might have a Meat Hooks. They're just hurting for mana, black mana, I think. That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get a green mana here. Yeah, they're probably prepping for Meat Hooks. So in anticipation of that Meat Hooks, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run Herald out, auto pay. Let's put it on you. Because what they'll probably do is they'll try to Meat Hooks for 2 at this point in time. But let's just start pumping Herald up here. Harold gets in there for 4. This way, if they want to kill Harold, they're going to have to Meat Hooks for 3, which I don't think they're going to do in this situation. So I think a Meat Hooks for 2 is, yeah, they're probably going to, yeah, they're definitely trying to Meat Hooks us. So what we will do is pre-combat, what we'll do is, first of all, we're going to deploy the Elderfang Disciple. Why? Because we want to see if we can get some counter magic of them or just make them discard a card and let's see if we can get away with that. Okay, we got away with that. They didn't even counter that, which is leading me to believe that they definitely have a Meat Hooks or some form of removal in their deck right now. Or see what I'm thinking of strictly Meat Hooks because that's the premier card or one of the premier cards in black. But what they could also do is they can have Shadow's Verdict. That's a 5 mana 3 black, and you exile all creatures and planeswalkers converted mana cost 3 or less. So that might be coming as well, which I wasn't really expecting. So the only thing we can do is keep pumping. And, you know, in anticipation of that, I could have made a tactical error and I could have just put the counter of Herald and smacked him for 5 and saved him from meat hooks at 3. But that might be the wrong move. That could be the wrong move. Who knows? We'll figure it out next turn, right? Let's say pass turn. So either one, they're gonna do what we said, meat hooks us. They was not expecting that. They're probably looking for land, maybe. They're looking for land. Figured as much. So we know the meat hooks, if they have it, is coming next turn, or the Shadow's Verdict is coming next turn, or Alron's Epiphany, one of the two. We can't keep sitting here and speculating. We just got to get the damage in. So here is the very awkward situation of the true fact of the matter, right? One of two things is going to happen. Infernal Grasp, or so they need to either wipe our board, which I'm going to profit over by drawing cards, or so when they wipe the board, we're going to be drawing 4 cards, and Harold's going to ultimate. So that's going to be really awkward, depending on what's happening. So what's it going to be? Meat hooks for 2. Figured as much. So you're going to gain 5. I'm going to draw 4. And then Harold's going to ult, and this game's over. Yep. Game's over. So we actually win our first game. This is actually going to be surprising. Harold ult. So all of our elves have haste, right? So we have to play this properly so the fact that we can get the most damage out of this, right? Play this. 1, 2. We're gonna play Harold. We got a concession. All right. We will keep this. We have a turn 1, turn 2, and duress. So we're probably gonna duress. I think what I'll do is I'll forego playing my elf first, and I'm gonna leave with duress. Okay, so that's fair. That's fair. So we know you got counter magic, so let's just do this. We'll run this guy out and see what you got. Will you use it? That's fine. So we know you have the meat hooks. What we'll do is we will attack in for 1. I'm going to play the Skemfar Avenger. And then I'll walk into your meat hooks for 2. If you so choose to play it at 2. Deadstroke. Okay, so they refused to do it, so they abstained. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over and attack for 4, ideally. If you don't kill anything. Power word kill. Baleful Mastery, that's good. That's very good for us. Let's see if we can sneak in Harold Unites the Elves. Let's sneak this in. And we whiff. That's a first. Not really a first, but we whiffed. That's not good at all. We're in danger. We are in danger, folks. Let's do this. Let's do this. And we know we're walking into a meat hooks, but I'm fine with that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna take the meat hooks bait. Yep. Good, good, good. All right, let's do this. Uniter of the Harold unites the elves. And there's our boy Harold. Let's go look for another card. War Master. And let's see if we can rebuild. If they don't have another meat hooks. Take 5. Yikes. Boom. My face hurts. I haven't seen any man lands yet, which is quite concerning. Let's go to combat. Attack for 4. Ooh. Let's unite the elves again. Hopefully we can draw some counter magic out. Yep, disdainful stroke. Okay, noted. Yeah, this is bad. Ooh. Okay, let us play this. Let's play that. I'm trying to see if we can actually get away with... Maybe not. Okay. So what I was trying to do is try to... Oh, goodness gracious. I was trying to build towards the Skemfar Shadow Sage so we can try to pull something out of our hats or even just gain life to survive. But it looks like this game's at a close, so let's just go to game 3. We're on the play this time, so let's just leave it as is and let's just go for it. And again, I like the elf deck, but I know you know it's fun. It's slightly competitive, but I think it's better in a best of 1 scenario instead of a best of 3 scenario, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Play first. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll risk it. Too bad there isn't like a good luck. Well, I don't know why they don't have a good luck emote, if you will. There's just like good game, oops, hello. There's not like a, you know, like a good luck. But I guess that might be too much. I guess who knows. We know the meat hooks might be coming for 1, so let's just attack in. Power word kill. Infernal Grass. That's okay. You still take 2 damage. Let's run this guy out. Well, this gal looks like a girl. Who knows? Attack. Take 3. Take 3. Take 3. Psych. Power word kill. Can I float some mana, please? Can I float it black? Thank you. Thank you. Too bad my elves don't have flash, right? Let us play this one out. At least we'll be able to draw some cards, right? Let's go to combat. Attack, please. Boop, boop. Harold, my friend. This might get countered. Memory deluge. Okay, so they're probably gonna find like a meat hooks, and this is gonna be backbreaking. But at least we'll get like 2 to 3 cards off of it. We'll take another Harold. They're getting in range of... I should have probably took the Shadow Sage. But that's fine. Shit. Eesh. Eesh. We knew that was coming, right? What's the odds they have another one? You know? So, because what I want to do is War Master into the Tajuru Blightblade. But they might hook that. Because I definitely want to kind of like, you know... I want to fireball, but I'll do this. If these guys get killed, I'll Herald, and hopefully we can draw a land, you know? But if we get a land, I'm immediately Shadow Saging. It's not even a question. Imarith. Yikes. Oh boy. We got exiled. Let's do it. Let's just go for it, right? There's no point in playing around at this point. Take 6, take 5, attack. You're gonna take 2 at least. We know that much. Take 2. Boop, boop. And hopefully you wipe the board, or I can find some way to bring her back, and then we'll call it a game. So you gotta have a board wipe. You might draw one, or you might have the Shadow's Verdict. But even if that's the case, the Skemfar Shadow Sage can come at you. So if you kill this and you tap out, I'm just gonna Herald Unite and I'm gonna kill you. So let's see. Oh, meat hooks for 1. That's fine. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. Sheesh. Let's attack for 2. Because that's what we got to do. Oh, baby. Power word kill. All right, so let's play Fudge. What do we do here? Let's play Harold. Let's force you to have something. And again, we want to keep playing into our Fireball. So hopefully they don't have another meat hooks. Hopefully they probably do, or Shadow's Verdict, because that'd be really painful. But we got to see if we can try to recover from, oh my fucking gosh. Sheesh. Sheesh. We're being beat up by dragons right now. I feel like we're being bullied. Like, stop lighting the elf village on fire, please. Is this gonna get countered? This might get countered. We got 1 turn to live after this. Boom. Oh no, the elves. The elves. Okay, let's try this. Can I get away with this, please? Please? Play this? Please say yes. We're getting abused right now. Okay, this is to be expected. But what I think I'm going to do is, if we lose 3 in a row, we're just going to can the deck. But the idea is still the idea is still fun, you know? It really is. But good game. Oh, I forgot to say good game. Terrible. You got to be gracious in defeat. You have to be gracious in defeat. All right, here we go. Let's play first. This hand looks safe, but we said this before, and we got they're smashing our heads through the wall. So hopefully this will actually turn out a bit better. Layer the Hydra into Elvish Warmaster. Or maybe the clue is just stop. Oh, we're fighting someone in Diamond. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't think we played anyone in Diamond before, but I guess they look at your regular playing style or something. I don't even know how is match. Is it like based on elo, like a secret elo or something? I have no idea. Let's do this. And we're gonna say no attacks. But yeah, this should be interesting, really. Okay, so what we plan on doing is playing Tavar. Oh boy, we plan on playing Tavar Kell next turn, and I'm gonna try to go for Emblem. I'm just gonna rush Emblem. That's all I'm gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. Harold. I keep saying Harold. Tavar. This is Tavar, and we're gonna put 1 on you. And we are going to, well, you might block that. Well, you might block. Let's see what you do. I would sacrifice the wolf to block it, but you definitely want to draw a card, don't you? Okay, you take 4. I feel like a fight card's coming, but I don't think there's any instant speed fight cards. Okay. That was interesting end step. That really was. Okay, what's it gonna be? What is please leave Harold alone, please? Leave my friend alone, please. Pump it up. Yikes. That was interesting. Okay. Back like he never left. Ooh, we'll take that. We will take this. We will forgo Tavar and we'll put this on the board. And we're gonna smack in for 8 damage. Boom, boom. Play this guy right here. Please don't play the troll. Old growth troll. Please don't play it. I would not like to see that card. So we're gonna get +1 counters on everybody over here. So this is gonna be really good, and we're gonna swing in. We might actually get a concession on my turn, depending on what they have or what they play. Or if they fight, because if they fight and they kill the Canopy Tactician, then the game goes on. But if not, it doesn't look too good because they have a man land. That's a good play. Chariot's a good play. They're not attacking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this, just to see how they play. So 1, 2, we're going to pump this up for 4. Could be 4, 5, 6, 7, but I think 4 is overkill. So let's just do this, right? Let's see where their mindset's at, because if they're going to bring the chariot up to try to kill something, let's just see what happens, right? Attack all in. Now, what I would honestly do is, okay, that's 4 right there. Are you going to activate the chariot to try to block the... Okay, no. I'll go block, right? Okay, they scoop. Okay. We actually finally won the first round of a fight. This is good. And what I've been doing is I kept taking Tavar Kell out. I'm going to leave him in this time. I'm going to just subtract 1. And what I'll also do is I'll subtract... Well, we can't take Harold out. That's not good. I'll put 1 in and we'll say go. But again, you guys can go ahead and do that. And please let me know if you guys have any ideas that to add into it. Just please comment down below and let me know how you would change it and adjust it. All right, so turn 1, turn 2, into turn 3. Let's see what we got. Can we do it one more time? Boop, boop. Let's go attack for 1. Play this guy right here. And what is coming out next? Old Growth Troll? Old Growth Troll, called it. Snow, play that right there. Do we want to unite? Yeah, let's unite the elves, I think. Well, let's just go for it, right? Hopefully we don't whiff. Yay, we didn't whiff. Okay, so what's going to happen here is I think they're going to untap and they might fight the War Master, or they might fight the Skemfar Avenger, which I suspect they might do, or they might have double fights. Figured as much. And at this point, I'm not going to block for the simple reason that this 1/1 could become a 2/2, and I value that damage more so over time than just... Okay, they didn't do it. So what I will do is I'm going to... See, I'm going to Crippling Fear here. I'm going to call Elf. Bye-bye. And I'm going to swing over. Let's see what you do. So if he takes 7... Okay. They scooped. Okay. All right. So we're 1 in 3 right now. So welcome to match 5, people. Here we go. Play first. I will keep this just because it's a bit different. We don't have a 1-drop or the War Master, but it still kind of gets the job done, you know? Decline. We're not going to show them what's in our hand, especially on turn 1 when we go first. Okay, let's do this. Make them discard a card. We want to see what they're playing. Mono black. We want to see what they're playing. Because they have the faded out island, but this I fucking love this artwork. I really do. Okay, so this is mono black. Okay, it's blue black. And I think I know what that card is. We're gonna play Hive of the Eye Tyrant tapped. We're gonna attack in, boom, and we're gonna play the Skemfar Avenger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the Canopy Tactician. We know Meat Hooks might be coming. Meat Hooks might hit right now. If the Meat Hooks hits right now, I'll Tavar and I'll plus. If it doesn't hit, I'm going for broke. Okay, no Meat Hooks. But there might be counter magic in our future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this guy out. This might get a counter magic, right? This might receive counter magic. Saw it coming. Yep. Ooh. And if they draw a swamp, we know a Meat Hooks is coming as well. I'll go Herald, Herald, Herald. Well, Tavar. I keep saying Herald. It's Tavar. Maybe that's why I keep losing. I keep calling the wrong guy the wrong name, right? What I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and attack. Coming in for 4 damage. Kill. Yep. All right, so the coast is clear. Coast is clear. Let's run this guy out here. Unless, of course, you have Disdainful Strokes main boarded. Didn't think so. Let's plus. Hit that right there. If they have another land, they're going to bring the Hive of the Eye Tyrant out here. I hate that card. The card seems... that Siphon Insight seems so underwhelming, but it's so powerful depending on what you're playing against. Like, you can take my lands. Or a random Planeswalker. I don't know. Gemfar Avenger. That's fine. So either they're leaving this mana up to recast it, or they have a counter magic here. So I don't know what's going to happen here. So let's go Herald. King of Skemfall. Search up. I would have counted this, honestly. Let's grab another Herald. Let us plus this one. And let's go to combat. Attack for 3. Block. Okay. Play this tapped, and I say go. And then you look at the top 2 cards of my deck again. And I suspect this is the turn where they start getting aggressive with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant because they don't want me to ult this guy. Because if I ult Tavar, then we're going to have a major... they're going to have an issue, not us. So let's see what they do, right? That was vicious. Remember how I said most decks nowadays can't deal with hand control or going after their hand? Go blank is a vicious, vicious card. Lose 2 cards and ha ha ha. You're in trouble. Let's bring this up. Let's see if you have counter magical removal. Oh, that's vicious. Please, please, please be nice to me. I'm going through some losses right now. Please just be nice to me, please. Let's plus Harold. Woo. All right, let's see what they're gonna do. So I think they might. This is the time where they need to go get their man lands, because if this guy ults, if Tavar ults, they're gonna have an issue. So I think they're gonna try to animate one of their lands and try to kill it. And knowing my luck, I'm probably going to unsap, draw a land, and I'm going to be stuck. And I'm like, maybe if I Tavar, Kel, ult, I might draw an elf, and I'm just going to draw a running land. I'm going to die to that hall of the storm giants over there. Yikes. Okay. Harold, all of you, buddy. That's a good card. Harold, get in there. Boom. Man land. There we go. And turn. Do you have an answer for the King of Skemfar? The Menace. Okay, that worked. Okay, what lands can you animate? You can animate that. You can animate this. You can animate the Crawling Barrens. Okay. Let's unite the Elves. Will you counter that? If you counter this, you won't have enough mana to activate any of your man lands. So that's a really smart move that you didn't do that. We need creatures right now. So let's take the Witch. Activate that ability. You're going to go to 2 life. And if you have a kill spell, you can't animate your lands. Correction, you can. That's fine. Take one. Give it a 3. That was cute. That was really good, though. I do appreciate that. Play this. And I will pass turn. That was a really good move on their behalf. Here we go. So, this is awkward, but let's see what they have, right? Okay. You get reborn. I'm surprised they didn't actually just play the other side. Yikes, the meat hook. It's a meat hook mash. Okay, so you can't activate any of your man lands this turn, which is, I guess, okay for me. But I definitely need something for this match right now. Trying to take this off the top. Oh boy, this is awkward. All right, you go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4, 6, 7, 8. So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Combat. You're either going to 1 or my land is dying. Oh baby. Back. Going to 1. Oh, yeah, you're going to 1. Yay. You have 2 man. You have 3 man lands down there. Okay, we got it. Very nice. All right, let's see if we can take this game off them. I'm not going to sideboard anything. Here we go. Will this conclude match 5? Will we 2-0 this person? Can we go 2 and 3 to redeem the Elves' honor? I think we're fine with this. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Play this, play that, go. Okay. All right. Let's get this in there. Attack for 1. Go to 19, please. And discard a card out of your hand. Okay. Infernal Grasp. Ancient evils dwell within the burning chasm, called the Ashmouth, ever ready to devour those foolish enough to travel alone. Craziness. I love flavor text. Yikes. Yo. Can you say violence has been activated? Like, god damn. And I wanted to craft this thing too. This is amazing, this card. Beginning of your upkeep, exile Sphere of Annihilation. All creatures and planes with mana voice less than or equal to the number of void counters all creatures and planes with graveyard. Just that card is amazing. But you're still taking some damage here. Do they not have meat hooks? No, they definitely have meat hooks. Let's go for Tavar Kell this time. That card is bonkers. But I don't like the fact you have to wait 1 turn, because you might actually die on the turn you actually need that to go off, you know? Okay, no land drops. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Here we go. Attack. Tavar. Counter magic. Saw it coming. As did I, my friend. But I have Herald Unites the Elves, so Tavar will be back. Hopefully. Did you make sure another land? Oh no, you're gonna try to take one of my lands. That's fine. Land. Oh no. Herald Unites the Elves. Dave Arkell plus attack. Take 4. Boop. At 10 life. End turn. What do you have? Land. Do you not have removal spell? M4 Avenger. Fine. Yikes. Okay, we draw a card. That's fine. Not really. I kind of wanted to keep Harold on the board. Ooh. Play this. Play this. Plus this. End turn. You can't meet hooks just yet. Our word kill. Oh, blank. Yikes. That card is so good. Okay, 8 plus this here. I think this is game over. I think we actually won. We won our game. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we won our game. What do you know? Stack. Get that of that. Boop, boop, boop. Good game. All right. So we went 2 and 3 with the Elves deck, which is very, I mean, it's cool. Rank up a little bit. I like the Elf deck a lot. I just feel like it needs work. And again, as always, I want you guys to maybe, if you're interested in playing with the deck, please let me know what you guys think. Please modify it, change it, and let me know in the comments down below what you would change as far as the sideboard, the main board. Let me know what your take on Elves is, all right? And as always, I'm Shuja, building some crazy decks. If you like these types of videos, please give the video a like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you do and what you change. And outside of that, guys, take care, be safe. Love you guys.